Hello traders and welcome, this is Mike Hamilton for Trade the Easy Way, and you can see why I suggested you might want to just keep shorting this and stay with the trend. We're coming into the support, but if you look at the fibs on this, if I take all this off, widen this out, chuck a fib on the whole range, no surprise to see us coming right in at that fib level. So if we keep going, next stop 17,120, which would be a 50% move. At the moment, no sign of this slowing. Obviously, the closer you are to a main support level, then the lower probability, particularly if you're shorting and the RSI is low. So if you are going to short, be very careful. Look for a push higher. I would suggest that the next level, let's try 500. See if you get a pushback to 500 to see if that can still drop. Okay, so that's the Dow. Moving on. No surprise to see the DAX in a similar situation. The daily 200 is not even holding. I think the next stop is going to be down here. I think we're going to come into this area where we saw this big breakout. So effectively what we got here is a huge boomerang. It shot up and now we are just making our way right back to the breakout area. So again, resistance is 155 roughly. No telling exactly where it may turn to the downside, assuming it is going to carry on to the downside, but that is a suggested level that you might want to try and get a short in. Data tomorrow, it's UK GDP and US consumer confidence, otherwise not much else on the go, but they are significant. So let's look at the pound. This is the pound on the 60-minute chart. If I pull back, you will see why I started to nibble on the long side down here. Let me get rid of that. So I started to buy lows down here, and then again buying here, buying here. So I'm just building up a position and looking to see if this area can hold. This area here in particular. I can't draw on this today. To see if we can at least get back to 157 area. If we really start to motor, then on the daily, so we're not closed above the daily 20, so there is still a sign of weakness. We are still, in my books, under pressure from this selling, this pullback, and this selling. It's only Monday, so this could still roll over, which is why I'm not filling my boots, but just carefully taking positions, scalping in one account, swing trading in my longer term account, and seeing if that can push up. Ultimately, I'm looking for this kind of pattern. Yes, we saw a sell here. We built up, up, and up. So a sell here, built up here, but at the moment we've not broken through. So I'm looking to see if we can hold and then push higher. This is the pound Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar is very weak, and even the Euro Aussie is performing really well. So I was hoping for a deeper pullback, and we just haven't got it. I mean, it's just gone into last Friday's range and closed above it. So, yeah, extremely bullish chart here. We look as if we're heading for this 161 extension. gone. The fibs has taken from this range here. All these pullbacks have got bought, and then here we've just been gripping onto the 20 EMA. It's so bullish. So this 100 and 200 are just left dangling while this continues to move up. Obviously lower probability if you're getting into this because it is so high, but it's trending. I'm sticking to the pounds. I'm just going to see if the pound can build on Friday's potential reversal and today's continuation, and see if that can get some find some buyers in the Asian session tonight and into the Euro session and the data tomorrow. Let's look at the Euro. This had a nice push. So we're out of this channel and bumped into the 100 EMA. I started to short it, but I took it off because it just closed. It just held up so well. So just like stick to the pound US. So I mean, it looks as if we are building. Very obviously, we are building. We had a nice pattern here, and we've got. It looks as if we're copying this pattern here at the moment. Just a question of whether we can, get a pullback tomorrow and still hold. In the meanwhile, the overall trend is still down because this direction of this 200 EMA is down, and when we got close to it, we just bent over and continued to slope downwards. The other one I thought I'd just throw in is the Euro Pound. We have had a good week or so. Well, July has been good for the Euro Pound. That's pushed up, but we are pushing into a resistance area. So if we get a little higher and then start to see some selling, I would want to get short this one. Let's see if we can just roll over. Right, let's have a look at gold and oil very quickly. Gold, we've got, after that huge drop, any little chinks higher are getting sold into. Got the 20 EMA right up here, so we are very extended. I think for a bearish consolidation, I would suggest this might want to trip higher first, meet the 20 EMA, and then start another leg down. So I think the consolidation might be over with a little trip higher, and 1110 looks as if that's a likely area. So if you're a gold bull, watch out for any highs and short any little rallies you get. Fed day on Wednesday might be your spot if you're a gold bull, a gold bear, sorry. Yeah, the 1110 is the 200 EMA in the 60 minutes. Oil is just not doing it. I'm getting continued sort of capitulation here in the oil. It's all red. It's 20 EMA. It's clearly defined the trend. 20 EMA in the daily. It's getting left behind. It's so weak. So one thing to watch out for is you would automatically assume that the airlines would do well out of this, but what we're seeing is, if I can just pull one up, this is Ryanair on the London market. What we're seeing is because there's a little bit of fear in the market, tourism, because of the some events that have been going on. So we're seeing some selling. These airlines are struggling. Now that is coming into support, but this Ryanair, I think, is a short on any kind of push into that gap fill, which will put that at 12.32. It's an area that you might want to short. The other one, you've got EasyJet. This is already gone, but it's coming into some decent support. So I would suggest, you can see the support here. We've met the 20 and 100 EMA here. So you want to short this one. Wait and see if we get any pullbacks to, whoops. Wait and see if we get any pullbacks to this apex here, which will put it at about 17.25. Just go over last week's recommendations and see where we are. These were suggested shorts last week. WSM continues to drop. Breach the resistance, very quickly closed back under here on the 17th. So that's, you know, decent sell signal there. Fairly shallow pullback, 84.25. Here we are, 80.45. Oil, well documented weakness. This what's the suggested entry? 66.20. We actually got 66.44, and here we are at 64.26. And another one, and TJX. You can see all the signals up there. Macy's, not such an obvious one because it was quite bullish. But this is tripping down. That is a short if it does get back to 71. GlaxoSmithKline, we were looking for a long, but it's just not doing it. Happy to see, and then we have hit a decent area of support here. If you're interested in going long, just take up. You might want to take a half position and get as low as you possibly can, 13.30. If you're going to buy that as a reversal. At the moment it is continuing to drop, but it's got a holding bar, nothing more. Will I go long that? Yeah, like I said, with a small position, with a tight stop, but I certainly wouldn't go full size. Facebook, weaker. So a good run, just coming into support. So not doing anything with that at the moment. Cons, that was a short recommendation, short suggestion, as I say, yes, last week. Amazon is a watch on a pullback. Happy for that to just see if that can continue to drift lower. And the AA on the London market is just not doing it. It's capitulated. It's given way. All right, I do hope that helps. Take a look at those airlines. Mark those up. And let's see where we go. All right, thanks for joining me, and see you at the next update.